Yo, what it do, cousins? It's your boy, Benny Honeys. I'm with my girl, Salam, and my man, The Funk is Real. Today, we've got ourselves a very special guest in the building today. We've got ourselves, you might recognize her from television, possibly, a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. Oh, there it is. We got our girl Yodit Tewolde in the building. How you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on your finale.
Absolutely. This is the season finale, so you know we had to end it off with a bang. We really appreciate you coming by, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So just so you're aware, everybody's aware, you know, of course, we want to make sure that the people get to know you. So we're going to have questions for you. Just generally get to know how you got to where you are, maybe some of your experiences, and then get into current events and let the people ask their questions as well. So standard procedure. Let's do it. So as always, I'm gonna let y'all start off with the questions, or else I'll just take off with it. So
sorry about the Habesha time. First and foremost.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, God.
Yeah, and
y'all
we need to be grateful.
CP time on.
She came a long way. Dallas traffic is like LA traffic out here.
I thought it was kind of known if you come into BunaTime, you show up Habesha time.
You know, I try, but I try to get out of that mentality, because if you do that, then you're always going to show up late, right? And I was like, maybe there's a chance that they start on time, and every time I'm wrong.
Come on now. You know it's never going to be right.
Every time. You're right. No, you're right. But every time. So next time I know, so when you guys invite me, I will show up at 9 o'clock.
No, season 2, you show up at 10 o'clock. Sorry.
Anyways, listen, we are all excited to ask you so many questions because you are an interesting person. And let's just be general. Your personal story.
Ooh, I hate those kind of questions. Let me tell you. Because I'm like, how far back do I go? Because I'm with y'all too, so y'all kind of know.
Well, in this season
born
of your
Sudan,
life,
came to Dallas, that kind of thing. So how far back?
Oh, go back to Sudan.
How do you want to make it, Mama? It's you. It's all you.
Well, Sudan, I don't even remember. That just, happens to be where I was conceived, or not conceived, but like where I was born. Mm-hmm. Okay, so came to Dallas.
You born at the house or in the hospital?
In a hut.
I think it was in a hut.
Yeah.
My mom was in a coma for at least 2 weeks. My dad was like, "How do I feed this baby?" So it was
from the mud, literally.
literally. So came to Dallas. I don't even know, maybe like 8 months. Been here ever since. Was talking to you about the area, North Haven, Greenville, all that. So grew up in Dallas. Went to A&M for undergrad. So I'm an Aggie, don't hate. And then I went to from a PWI to a predominantly black school, and went to law school at Southern in Baton Rouge. Clerked for a judge out there after law school. That's when I knew I wanted to get into the criminal field. And I was like, okay, I can either start my own practice or go be a prosecutor and learn my craft, learn my style in trial, and not have to, possibly get sued.
Right.
So let me start there. Did that in Dallas for a couple years, prosecuted felonies, misdemeanors. Saw some stuff that I kind of wanted to talk about. Went up to my boss and said, can I write about some stuff? He was like, no. I'm like, why? Your opinion would be essentially the opinion of the office, and we can't have that. So if you wanted to talk about death penalty, we can't have you do that. So that prompted my exit a lot quicker. So I said, I want to talk about some stuff. So I left the office sooner than expected, started my own practice, then started getting into, okay, I need to get on TV. And I was thinking more local. I wasn't even thinking national. Word. So found out that my old alumni, Roland Martin, you might know him, was going to be at this event. Went, saw him, cornered him, told him, I need to be on your show. Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, who are you? And I said, I'm a legal analyst.
Hey.
I never analyzed a thing. And he was like, so are you any good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And he was like, okay. So we ended up being on the same bowling team. It was a charity event. And so he took my phone, took a picture of himself, and said, hey, here's my number. If you have any questions or ever need any help, give me a call. And I was like, done. I came here to corner him, get his info. I got it. I can go home now. Right. A week later, I was actually going to go meet T for dinner. Okay. And I told T, I was like, look, we got to move this up. I'm starving. Uh-huh. She was like, all right. So I'm on the highway and his face pops up on my phone. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm about to swerve off the highway. And I'm like, oh my God. And he calls and he was like, I'm feeling real charitable, real nice right now. And I go, what's up? He's like, you know about Freddie Gray? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you know the latest, right? I'm like, yeah.
Duh.
He was like, okay, so you want to do my show tomorrow? I was like, yeah. And he was like, you want to Skype? I've never Skyped. I'm like old school. I'm like with a book, I turn pages. I don't like any of that technical stuff. So had to go figure that out. So I went to T. I said, look, I got to go. She was like, you told me to meet you here early. You were hungry. I'm like, I can't. I'm being on TV tomorrow. Word. And it was my first time. So I went from, thinking small to really not thinking big enough and went from just skipped right over the local scene and went national, and the rest was history. I did a show, and then everybody else kind of sees you, and then you start getting invites to go on some other network, and
that's something.
Rest is history.
Yeah, that's something I actually want to get into as well, because most people, you see them on like one network because they're whatever is like a political slant or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
You're really on all aspects of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen you on the far right, if you will, Fox News, all the way to our channel, if you will, and then seeing like, how do you balance that? Is it because it's the law, which is objective, or
you would think that it's objective, right? The law is black and white.
What's
and
actually
then with some gray,
right?
Yeah. So it's easier for me to navigate across different networks because you are just talking about the law. But in my assessment or analysis, right, sometimes people could glean where my political leanings are, because I always get like mobbed on Twitter after I do a Fox hit.
I couldn't believe that.
They're like, where do you get this dummy from? Like, I've gotten like, it's insane. People actually go and spend the time to go and find your email to email you like a dissertation.
I don't think it's you, though. I think it's just Fox News, period. Like, it's a biased channel, this and that.
Well, they're all biased.
Yeah.
Well, what she's saying is it's the people who actually watch Fox who feel some type of way because they can tell she doesn't necessarily identify with Fox.
And I'm like, why are we deporting them?
Yeah.
You know where they think I'm leaning, right?
Yeah.
So you can kind of tell, or if I'm sitting there talking about, we have a mass incarceration issue. Okay, you know where she's leaning, right? Mm-hmm. So you kind of get that. It used to hurt my feelings. I used to want to reply to every single person. I don't have time. But that's just how it is. But I try to stay neutral, but it's hard. Yeah. It's hard to stay neutral.
Right.
So, and sometimes they'll say, hey, can you take this position? And I'll be like, no, I'm not doing that.
I see. That was my next question. Did they ever tell you kind of, do they hint
they're like, if we can get a black girl to say it, then it must be true, right?
Right.
I'm not saying that. You don't ever, that's a flag for me. If you want my honest commentary, I'll give it to you. But if you tell me what to do, because they're like, you can argue both sides. You're a lawyer. Yeah, but you're trying to have me lean towards a certain position because you're trying to politicize it. And I'm not going to do that.
That's my puppet at that point.
So I'll just decline.
Yeah.
Do most the black people that go on there on Fox News, do they typically kind of get... I've seen it, so I know some of them kind of start saying some crazy off-the-wall stuff that...
Expect. I mean, a lot of... You also get black people who come after me for going on Fox. Like, they'll call me a sellout. So you get it from both sides.
Wow.
And what they don't understand is I'm going on Fox News for a reason, because we do need to be represented on all platforms. Right. So if we boycott Fox and say, they're reaching middle America people who've never met a black person ever in life, they're going to continue with the stereotypical things that they think of when they think of black people. But if they have somebody like me representing our culture, our community, right? And if I say something that gets them to think about something just a little differently, then I've done my job. Yeah. So I'm going to keep going on there instead of preaching to the choir on CNN. Yeah, right, because I'd be talking to the masses like they all agree with me. That's a waste of my time. Let me go to a network that I have to literally fight through. Right. Yeah. If I can just get one person saying, you know what, I don't agree with a lot of things that you said, but you did have me think about things a little differently. Then I'm good. I'm happy. So yeah.
Have you ever gotten in one of those discussions with anybody on Fox that kind of made you get out of character?
Oh yeah, I called the woman boo. Ooh. I said boo at the end. So I was like, ooh, and the second it slipped out, I'm like, oh, shit. It's almost as bad. I mean, she was like, boo.
So what did she say that made you retaliate like that?
She said something stupid, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, it's called, racial profiling, boo. And then they're like, and we've got to go to break. Oh, no.
Cut.
So
I feel like a monster.
I sent her an email. I was like, hey, I'm sorry I called you boo. And she was like, we all say things that are out of character. I'm like, no, I wasn't out of character. I just shouldn't have said it on national TV.
For sure.
Right.
So, yeah, I get emotional very quickly, and I try to make sure that I don't get emotional, because you get labeled very, very quickly the angry black woman role, like instantly. So I try to keep it chill, but it doesn't work often.
That's Edge be coming out of you, huh?
Is it a sad? I'm not into signs. Is it a sad?
You're a Sag. Yeah.
Well,
Happy
what
early
we talk
birthday, by
about
the way.
is so incredibly like sensitive.
Yeah.
And you have people who say the dumbest shit, and it's like I can't help it. Like
shot doesn't help either.
It doesn't. And especially when they butcher your name, you're already heated. Like that's the opening. Like I've heard it in the worst ways, and I'm just like, really?
How they mess up your name?
Oh, like they.
You gotta watch the interviews. They're crazy. Yodit, Tewolde.
They add that's good. That's
Really?
actually good. Yodit. Yodit. Should I? You know, like, y'all added something. Yeah, like I don't know, but that already infuriates me because I send a phonetic spelling for a reason. You got to get my name right. And so yeah, it's just it's crazy. You never know what's gonna happen on TV. So I always say, let's try to not interrupt. I can't help it. Like that person starts to talk, I disagree. I'm like, well, and it's like wait and let them finish. Because you don't want to be someone who's perceived as someone who's just too emotional, not logical in the argument.
Right.
So yeah.
Even though they tend to do that. My bad. I don't mean to cut you off. Even though they tend to do that.
Yeah, they tend to do it. But I'm the woman. I'm a double minority. Oh, she's a woman. She's sensitive. Oh, she's a black woman at that. Oh, she has attitude and she's twisting her neck. Like I try not to do any of this, right? So I try not to talk with my hands. So at this point, like I'm sitting on my hands because it's really hard for me not to talk with my hands.
Girl, you ain't gotta sit on your hands.
I have to because then I'll be
do
like,
all of this.
No, I do like
yeah.
some of my
That black girl
frames.
magic, yo.
Some of that frames, I'm like covering my face. You don't need to be doing that, yeah. So, but yeah, it's interesting. It's been a ride. It's been interesting.
So what happens when the camera's cut off and y'all walk away from the desk?
I wipe the sweat off my head. If I'm in studio, I do a lot of my hits from Dallas. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you live here?" Yeah, I literally go down the street on Main Street. I live in downtown. Yeah. And go down the street. There's a studio, Fox studio and a CNN studio. So they'll call me like an hour before they need me. I'll see if I feel like getting ready. And then I'll head over there.
That's the life.
And in a room, there's just a camera and an engineer guy. And they mic me up and that's it. So I don't see anything. I don't see anybody. I just hear. That could be a little hard.
Easy. No, you don't.
Well, the first time I did it, I was rambling, and I didn't. When you're with somebody, you can kind of tell when they're like, "Okay, you're done. Let me move on." I don't get that. I don't get that feel because I'm just looking at a camera.
Right.
But when I'm in studio, it's
I thought y'all could at least see like a PIP.
The only
picture
camera you see is a reflection of me, which is distracting enough. So I tell them to turn that off. Yeah. So it's just pitch black, and it's just a camera, a hole, and I'm talking, and I'm hoping that. Because there are times where I don't know that when the other person's talking, I'm like doing all this and I'm like, oh shit, I'm actually in a split window. Right. They're looking at everything that I'm doing. So watch your facials no matter who, they're talking to. So I've learned the hard way. But when I'm in studio, yeah, it's all love. It depends with certain people. But there's this one guy I'm always disagreeing with. But when the cameras are turned off, we're taking selfies. Like we're okay. Yeah. But they want ratings. We understand that.
So y'all just bump heads on purpose?
No, we really don't see the same. Yeah, we're not aligned on certain things. But he's a good person and he's nice, and I'm not gonna not be nice to you because of your views are different. Whatever. Yeah. But yeah, we know that they want ratings, so we just turned it up a notch. That's all.
Who are those guys or those people that get under your skin the most?
Who are the people that get under your skin? I think when it comes to criminal justice, that to me is, because, politics is politics. I mean, it is what it is. But when it comes to criminal justice reform and like just criminal justice instead, like overall, people who think that there is no issue and that the law and order is where it needs to be and we don't have a mass incarceration issue, that bothers me because you don't know, because you're not actually in the trenches. You don't see what I see. So I think that hits a nerve for me. If that's what, and then people who cut me off, I don't like that. Don't cut me off. Even though I'll do it to you, don't cut me off. So, because I'm usually going head to head with a man, and they feel like one, I'm a woman and I'm a black woman. That I'm not as smart as them. I deal with it in my industry all the time in my field. So that also touches a nerve. So yeah, they get under my skin.
Wow.
And people who don't start on time.
Yeah, I hate people
like that. You know what I'm saying? Too. Like, I mean, we got things to do. And they just, I'm joking.
I feel you.
I want to talk about your memories.
I feel you.
So your latest time for school was law school. I just want to talk about your most outrageous memory. Late night, I don't care. Because the bars is what you take after your law school. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So, like, what was your most interesting memory? I don't know, like...
There's nothing interesting about law school.
At all? Like,
nah. If I could do it over again, I probably would have taken a different route. But, so I think the most interesting thing was bar study. Like, I lost like 20 pounds. That was great.
Right.
I need to get back into that. So if I could lose 20 pounds again.
You look good.
But the bar exam
20
is...
pounds? What you fit? What 20 pounds you finna lose?
I didn't
lose it from?
No, but Yodit, I asked for the listeners that are like wanting to like get into law school.
Oh, I'm sorry.
know?
Was that being negative?
Yes.
Okay, so
You have to
this
lie.
is the advice.
Don't do it.
I'm not
You have to.
No, I can't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it honest though.
Yes.
And I think I was just telling somebody before the show started.
You're gonna have a more adult viewer.
If you don't know what you want to do with a law degree, you need to think about what it is you really want to do, because some people just want to go to law school just to go to law school. Plumbers make more money than lawyers nowadays. So you got to know whether that 6-figure loan that you're about to take out is really worth it. So some people know exactly what they want to do when they, go into law school and what they want to use that degree for. So if you want to go to law school, just know what you want to do. If you want to go into corporate law, ask yourself, can I do what I want to do without a degree, a JD? If the answer is no, then go to law school. Just know what time you're investing, because 3 years, it should be stretched out, because it's such an intense 3 years. You can't do anything like at all. Don't think you could date. Don't think you could have a baby. Don't think you can get married and plan a wedding. You can't do anything. So I went into law school with a boyfriend and lost a boyfriend like within that same semester.
Damn.
So
Grades went up.
Nah.
I don't care if I'm the bottom of the class as long as I graduate.
I figure you drop the D, you get the A. You know what I mean?
Fuck, not on this episode.
Oh, wow.
That was that's cool.
Yeah, you be on Fox.
I wasn't getting any of that.
We had a long talk with Funk.
No, that was actually witty.
That was
great. I was really witty. I didn't think you had it in you, but yeah. So So that's what I mean. So just know the kind of time.
I like this flirting.
Is this called flirting?
It's my women crush every day.
Exactly.
Oh, now it's every day because it was just Wednesday.
Hey man, we expand.
We on air now. I got
Y'all can't have one of these in law school. I'm gonna tell you that now.
That's all right.
Don't let one of these take you down. So I'm saying, you be investing a whole lot of time, money. Just know what you want to do. But no, if I had to do it over again, I would do it, knowing that what I do now is what I love. So
dope. That's dope. That's what matters.
And you needed that, right? You needed the legal background to be a legal analyst on TV, no? Or would they put anybody?
What I would have probably dabbled in would have been journalism in undergrad. So what I'm trying to do is fuse the two now. Like, yes, I'm a lawyer traditionally by practicing, but how can I get that journalism passion that I've had for a minute, that itch? How do I get that? And so I wanted to go that route. Plus, I'm just really opinionated. Yeah. And I wanted an outlet. And so why would anybody care about what I
love how you mentioned that. I love how you mentioned that.
Yeah, so
because most people struggle.
That's why
fighting the medium.
That's why we're here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
honestly,
we need more of these.
Now you mentioned law school versus A&M. So you got the big W in PWI from A&M, and then you got Southern. Down in the booth. How was that?
So different.
Yeah,
I'm glad I got a good balance out. So at A&M, 50,000 students, 1% was black. So it was.
I couldn't do it.
And then my first week at A&M, we had a affirmative action bake sale. We had the Confederate organization had, so they would sell a white person a cupcake for $1 and sell the cupcake for 25 cents for me. Right?
Yeah.
So I saw that and I was like,
I've heard of this.
did I really come here to this
I'm
school?
with the shits. I got 4 for $1.
It's kind of a hookup.
Yeah.
I was like, shoot, give me about a dozen. I don't care.
Right.
But, then we had a school paper that had this like really, racist depiction of Aunt Jemima. There were signs like we were going to like the Cotton Bowl. There was a sign that said like it's cotton picking time. Like this is the kind of school I'm going to.
I'm so sorry.
It made me more militant because in high school I went to a very mixed school. Yeah. Didn't really care. Well, actually, this white boy did say that I was not a nigger, but I was an African American because I spoke well. So that was my first experience with.
What school? Because it was out here.
Yeah, it was out here. It was WC White.
Word.
Yeah,
okay.
It was. And I was shocked. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But A&M really opened up my mind, started joining some organizations, really, just being, a little Malcolm X. But went to a all-black school. You didn't have to really fight your way through establishing who you are. Everybody around you. Now, the minorities were the whites. And they felt fine. But I felt like, okay, I can actually relax. I don't have to prove myself every single day and be that spec in a class of like 500, right?
Yeah.
So it was good. I mean, I had a great experience. Wouldn't change it for the world. And even A&M.
Yeah.
I mean, I learned a lot. And I met T there, Pledge there. And it was good. It was great.
Yeah, my cousin Caleb is A&M alum too. So
Okay.
Aggie ring rocker.
I lost mine.
Yeah.
I'm like
You
hurt.
lost your Aggie ring?
I was gonna ask you about
Are
that.
you being funny?
No.
No, I lost
Those
it.
rings are
Why
fresh.
did you
I
just
considered
replace it?
going there just
No,
to
like,
get the ring.
yeah, I was wearing it just because I like gold. And
Yeah.
it's
Can I
like,
replace it?
you can, but it's a grip.
Yeah,
I'm not.
it is.
I'd
Girl,
rather
you
buy a
got the
pair of
dough,
shoes.
you better get it.
No, I'd
It's
rather buy a pair of
nice.
shoes. To be quite honest, I'm like, I'm gonna wait because as an Aggie, they give you a discount.
Right.
But I lost it in the movie theater. It went clink right on the floor. I guess my fingers got thin. I don't know. And I was like, you know
just
what?
didn't care.
I see it's around here. I'm gonna just wait till the lights come on.
I was
I'm
20 bar pounds you lost.
No, I was on the I was on the floor
I
every
should've
aisle.
found
I don't
that.
know where it
I would
went.
have sold it.
Damn.
I tried.
Liquidate.
I tried. T lost hers too in the middle of the ocean somewhere. I'm like, why would you wear it?
I bet a lot of
Y'all
people have the
doing?
same like, yeah, whatever. I don't care about it anymore.
No, I liked it. It was.
Aggie
It was.
ring.
It
That
was,
Aggie
it was,
ring
it was
is-
pretty
it's a big
fresh.
deal.
Yeah,
It's that
it's a
Aggie
big
ring.
deal.
You get
Yeah.
the shit if you lose it, right?
I did have another more like personal question as far as life as a public figure.
I don't consider myself a public figure.
But you are.
At all.
Whether
You
you
like in
are.
the least.
Yeah, okay, so I guess that will help me get an answer out of this question, which is what is it like when you get out and about? Do people notice you?
Some people do, but not a whole lot. That's what I'm saying. Like they're not like, oh my God. I mean, it's not that big of like I don't consider myself a public figure because I'm going on TV every once in a while when I'm not in court. That my practice is what's important to me.
Right.
So when I'm not in court, I'll go ahead and do TV, and that it kind of takes a back seat. So I'm not like a regular because I'm not on there as much as as much as people may want me to be. But then, you have people like will bring up an old segment. I'll want to debate me about it, and I'm like, I'm at the grocery store, like you know what I mean?
Yo, you
I just wanna get
DFW
some-
top 10.
Huh?
You DFW top 10. Somebody got to notice you.
No, that was so embarrassing, and that was like 2010. No, was it 2015? We ain't talking about that.
Why is that
How is that
No, we're not talking about
embarrassing?
that.
Speaking
We're
of
not talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
I
move
want
on.
to talk about.
Top
I want
10.
to talk about that. I asked her about it off air. My favorite one was the one when they were talking about 50 Cent. Y'all were just talking trash about him. That was kind of dope. You and the two white people were just talking trash about him real
Lou
quick.
Dobbs. Lou Dobbs is my homie.
Yeah, he cool.
He's
cool.
my homie.
I like when he said your name too. It was fresh.
Yeah. I thought I did his show for the first time, and I called him out, and he looked at me real crazy. And I was
and
like,
his face expression's already.
I'm
kinda-
like, yeah, this is probably the last time I'll be on air. And then it cut off. The cameras cut off, and he was like, I said, hey, Lou Dobbs, I just want to apologize. I didn't mean to, He was like, no, I loved it.
yeah.
Can you come back?
That sounds like
I'm
where does
that's
that?
when I did the 50 Cent.
Where was that filmed at?
New York.
New York. Nice, nice.
Real nice guy. He was intimidating because he's Lou Dobbs. He used to be on CNN, so I used to watch all. I don't know if y'all grew up on CNN, but like Habershaw is always, I don't watch local news at all. I don't know what's going on locally, but internationally or nationally, I'm always really into that kind of stuff because my parents used to grow. I grew up on CNN watching Larry. What's his name? Larry King.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. So yeah.
Who were some of the people that you looked up to growing up?
Oh God, growing up.
A long time ago.
Honestly, it was people I grew up with. I grew up with
That's
like
dope.
two older girls. When I was a freshman in high school, there were two seniors, and no, one was a senior and one was a freshman in college. And we were so close. I was like a little sister to them. I did everything they did in high school, and because they went to college, I went to college. So I didn't look up to celebrities, so to speak, because I don't think that was really big at the time, especially because social media wasn't around. So it was whoever you saw on TV.
All right.
But if they were essentially my role models, and I think I attribute a lot of the things that I did and how I came up because of them, because I watched them. And I wanted to be like them, so I did everything they did. So if they went to college, I went to college. Even though you didn't really have a choice as being,
Yeah.
Habershaw. But I didn't go to their school, but I started to really think on my own the older I got. But the groundwork was laid from them.
Right.
Yeah. And they were both Habershaw, so.
How your folks feel about your non-public figure status?
They, at first it was like, oh my God, she's on TV, oh my God. Now they're like, I could say hey, I got a segment real quick, and they're like, okay, well just, just regular business, like they don't even care anymore. It's just like not that big of a deal. But then, my dad will give me some unsolicited advice. Like, why don't wear that? Wear something that goes like up higher. Like, no, Dad, it's good. The V-neck's fine.
Right.
But you don't want cleavage. Any line is like not good for your profession. It's not professional. And I'm like, I got this. It's actually really good, Dad. Trust me.
That's
not that I try to show cleavage on purpose. I'm just saying.
I mean,
it doesn't
we
hurt.
got you. We
You
got
see what the
TV.
women wear.
No, we
especially
got
on
you.
Fox.
Don't explain yourself.
Yeah.
What are these questions that people have, though? I'm kind of curious.
Yes, we're gonna get to that.
Oh, we're gonna get to. I'm sorry.
I
I'm trying
love
to roll
it.
on.
I love it.
You're eager for them questions.
yeah.
I'm just curious, and I'll tell y'all why later.
All right.
All right. Well, before
like,
we
y'all
get to
boring.
questions, basically, she's like,
Next.
y'all gonna ask me some real shit. That's what you're getting at. But that's fine.
Just ask me some real stuff, y'all.
all
Let's
right.
get down to the meat.
So, what kind of pressure your parents putting on you to get married?
Oh my God!
you-
Let me tell you.
You took it there.
Got to take it there, man. We got to find
Well, how do you know I'm not close?
Hey.
You just said you were
mean-
single earlier.
I did not say that.
Yeah,
Y'all
you
heard
put
me
the
say
words
that?
in her mouth, huh?
No, we're off air.
Nah, yeah, I never said I was single.
She said
I
off air,
don't
yeah.
bring my personal in.
right.
But since you asked, so my dad doesn't. He doesn't even talk about that stuff. My mom, I'm the only child too, so keep that in mind.
Oh, really?
My mom was like, you have to marry somebody who's Eritrean, and I was like, all right. So I got older and older, and then she kind of, relaxed a little bit, and she was like, all right, just get married, and he doesn't have to be Eritrean. I'm like, really? Okay. So I got older and older, and then she was like, look,
I did no time. Like, what?
you don't have to get married. You can just have a kid. I'm like, wait. It's like, nowadays that's normal. Got older and older, and she was like, I'm gonna ask you a serious question. Are you gay? I'm like, you desperate
Mama.
woman. You are desperate.
I would have stormed out of the house.
I said, you know what? You should have had more kids. You would have had more options. The probability of you being a grandmother would have probably happened. But because you had one, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to be patient. She was like, you could just have the baby and give him to me. You could go wherever you want. It won't affect you. You can travel all you want and do whatever you want. You're crazy. You were insane. No.
They're just never happy.
They're never happy.
You're a lawyer and you just never
And
happy.
it's not. I used to care, but now I'm like, I don't give a damn. So I'm going to chill. I'm going to be on my own pace. You're just going to have to wait. And hopefully in this lifetime, you'll see something happen. But like, I'm not really putting that pressure. I'm not really into the whole marriage thing. The concept.
So-
if I tell my mother that, she will have a heart attack. So I keep that away from Mama. She does on YouTube, so she'll be fine. She doesn't need to know all that, but I'm not really big on that.
So now that we're on the topic, if you don't mind me asking, like, do you think like men like they meet you and like not even like flirty type stuff, but like are they intimidated by you?
I don't know what it is. Oh well, no. I'm.
I mean, you do
extremely
got that
picky.
voice though, Mama.
I'm picky. What do you mean?
You're not intimidating.
Damn.
I mean, listen.
Men, what you got going on? Give me your
you're,
stats.
You're insulting her intelligence
Wait, your
now.
stats.
What are your stats?
Round two. I
Because
told you round two.
Is that not a compliment?
No.
It's
So
a compliment
it's-
to you because you
not
know men are
intimidated?
they're intimidated by our
I think
intelligence. you feel me?
initially when they talk to me, like, oh shit, you're actually kind of cool. And
You're
I'm like, well, what did
Habesha,
you
you're
think?
pretty, you're successful. What's up?
Habesha probably only matters to Habesha men. And
No,
I'm not going
to black men. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. I have a
Drink a
thing
little
about Habesha men though. I'm not.
I can't stand you.
I haven't really dated a whole lot of for a reason. There's
yeah.
got to be a reason. I don't know.
What's
if it's
your
just like
reason?
an attraction level.
Come on,
It's
Yodit,
not-
because I've talked about it. I know you
I
don't
don't want
watch
to
the
piss off
show.
a lot of Habesha
No, go
men,
ahead, because I've done it
you're gonna be
already.
like,
Be
oh,
real.
she one of them.
I've done it already.
Oh, you have?
real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really here for that though, right?
You
That's
here?
not-
But you
Yeah,
here
that's
to
what
speak
you here
your
for.
truth.
Speak your life.
I mean, it's just not. It's just more of an attraction thing. I don't think that it's there.
Well, there it goes, guys. I need to get off the show.
So what's your thoughts on
I love you.
I mean,
no.
that's just.
Speak your
It's
truth.
got to be something, right?
why? What is it?
I don't know. If I knew,
Game
then
is
I
weak.
would totally tell you. I don't know what it is. That's not my phone, is it? No. So it's
fool's phone
I don't know. It's just not my thing.
No, hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Everybody has a type, right?
You,
Yeah.
we
Speaking of
all
type-
I
assimilated.
think we're all
and we
obligated
all
to
have
marry each other.
choices.
And you know what? It's our parents' fault. We all grew up
That's your
thinking everybody
cousin.
was cousins, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
ooh, I can't mess with you. I
Yeah.
can't have with you. So,
Well, there's a way.
I'm sorry.
To
We-
But
We're
you
not
could be seeing
cousins.
Seattle and stuff, right?
girl, I think we have the best in Dallas. It's just too bad that I see you as a brother. Because I've traveled and I'm
just
like, nah, it's not as good as Dallas.
Well, what are your
We just
thoughts
met.
on younger men?
On younger men?
Benny trying to get at you. Get out.
No.
Get out.
I'm
Yeah,
just finding
I
out
can't
because
do- I can't do
you
younger
don't
men.
think you don't think.
Yeah, what's wrong with younger men?
There's nothing wrong. I just don't like them.
What do you like?
What? Because
what did you like?
I expect when I'm dating for a certain person to be at a certain level in their life, and younger men aren't going to be there because they're young. It's okay. You got time. I don't. So we need to speed things up.
I love it.
So I need.
Well, today I got
maybe if I'm still single at like 45, I'll probably do a young one, a youngin.
You can get cuffed sooner or later, girl.
So
You're too cute.
what do you look for?
I'm
Cuffed is not the issue. It's
what is the issue there?
It's what
people
the
assume that
finding-
there's something wrong with you because you're single. I'm like, no, I'm
That's
actually
society.
single because I want to be single. Like, I actually want to be single.
Right.
Right now, I'm actually really good with that.
I guess, yeah, different women. I just want a child. Just give me the baby. Like, I don't.
That's another thing. I'm like,
Yeah, I
how
just
can I
want a
just
baby.
circumvent the, but I don't want to add to the issue of like the black community.
Yeah,
and
we're not gonna go there. Back
One
to-
parent households and stuff.
You know what you got to
Okay.
do if you're trying to get pregnant.
What now?
You know what you got to do if you're trying to get pregnant.
Well, I don't. What are you going to tell us something super monumental right now? That you don't already know?
It's just you over here talking about I want babies and I don't know.
That's
what I'm
me,
gonna
not
do.
your.
No, we're not saying we don't know how.
I
We
just
just
say
don't know
how.
how to make it acceptable for our parents, right? Because
You
society
said
already
your,
said.
your mom said it's cool.
Yeah, but she's tripping. She's just in her moment of desperation because the woman is desperate. She's saying that. No, actually, I think she's really being honest. I don't want a baby without being married, but I have this hang up about marriage in the first place. So it's kind of like one of those things where, okay, what do I do?
Right.
What's your hang?
Can I have a kid without having to deal with another person?
Right.
Maybe adopt.
You don't like
And, my
doing
mom went crazy when I mentioned
I don't know
adoption.
Is
about
that like the
adopting.
only child
Adopting
type
is what's up, though.
I'm an only child, so
What's an only child thing?
like you don't want to deal with other people, like being. In a
No, I think the
relationship.
only child. Are you comfortable with being by yourself? Like you're good with
Yeah.
your own company? I think
Yeah.
that's an only child trait, which is
Yeah.
a really good.
But
thing.
you guys want big families, right? Because most
You want big family. I wanted a big family, but the older I got, I'm like, yo, it's
No, I'm
not
good on
happening.
my own.
Yeah, because I'm not going to be pregnant for like 9 years. I can't do it.
and right now you can
'Cause I
walk
wanted
around,
a lot
walk
of
around
kids.
naked in the house. It's all good.
As long as they have a sibling, I'm good. So maybe 2.
Well, you can do
Hopefully they can have
that.
twins
What the
in
stuff where
vitro,
you make your
or not.
vitro.
Not in vitro,
Yo,
but like
I
you
just
can-
love it. Like I love it. You're different. It's refreshing.
No, you assumed I was a stuffy.
I sure did.
A stuffy, real
sure
boring.
did. And I told her that. I told her that
And I'm
when
like,
she
okay,
walked in.
I need to change the branding effort then, because I'm like, I need to show more of my personality on social media. If you got stuffy, because I try to be.
But,
I'm like,
but yo,
I'm
you don't
like,
have the
I
opportunity
try
to
to-
be. You don't have the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So
She got
I do.
Instagram.
I'm
Last
talking-
post
I'm
was
talking
4
about
days
through
ago. I
work.
had plenty of.
I'm talking about the work.
You didn't
yeah.
see the Snapchat picture I posted?
No, let
with
me-
a little
we
because I don't do
got it.
Snapchat.
We got
Oh,
it.
let me see
exchange.
it.
And I posted it. I'm like,
Was it
that's
rain your
fine.
ears? Let me find
No, I
out.
don't do the rain here. But it was fun. Maybe I should have posted that to my, I did my IG stuff. Let me show y'all.
Yeah, I want to see this.
Oh wait, it's
Is it a filter?
See?
oh
got
no,
it.
it's
Zoom in on
it's
it. I
been
love
24
it.
hours. Okay, so oh wait,
Shucks.
yeah, it's been
You
24
didn't
hours.
save it? You're not cocky like me, huh?
I didn't save it. So I try to do that, but maybe I need to be less serious.
It's
on
all
my
good though.
social
We
media.
love you. It's all love.
I talk about serious stuff all the time, so that's why I'm here. I'm like, let me do some
So
fun
you-
stuff.
yeah.
Bet.
What do you like to do for fun?
People say that all the time. They ask me that question.
Oh my god.
I like to eat. I eat a lot. So
What's
I
your
like to
favorite
try
food?
different restaurants.
Mediterranean, Mexican.
I like Mexican
Hey.
a whole lot.
Hey,
Whole lot of games.
I like Italian.
Mexican is off top the best. Italian, okay.
Italian. Avanti's my favorite
You
restaurant.
got one more.
Habershop food for sure. And then I eat a lot. I like to basically have 3 components: food, ambiance, drinks. That's what I like, right?
Nice.
Food and company.
Good company.
The other thing I like to do is not do a thing. And people are like, that's doing something. You're not doing anything. And if I could sit still for a moment, that's what I enjoy.
Word.
Yeah. So I haven't really found a hobby. I'm not going to say that I like finger painting or something. I like to do nothing and watch reruns and watch The Walking Dead. That's like my obsession.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's my obsession.
They need to go ahead and just end that shit already.
I'm so sick of it now. I'm like, it's just not the same anymore, like the prison season or like the farm season. Y'all don't know what we talking about. 'Cause
Yeah, people in the village gonna be like, "What is she talking about?"
Okay, so we'll cut that. We'll talk about that off air.
Alright, I guess. I had
I was talking about here. We're not gonna get coffee or nothing, and talk about it. No, we're not doing all that.
Well, we got Moscato, we got Bun-Nah, man. It's a
Moscato,
date.
and I was talking about Moscato. We're just like,
I don't like you.
We got
You know.
lights and
it's
shit.
we misinterpreted the brand. That's all it is.
I mean, y'all could have just asked.
That's true.
White or brown.
I mean,
told
there's
y'all.
somebody could have definitely asked. Been in mad contact with.
It's the producer's fault.
Really?
He's like, Yodit's coming.
We're going to talk about that off air, too.
Yodit's coming. You need to be serious.
I said, they wear. I said, where
producers. All of them. And Yoni over there,
You said they
too.
have to be serious? That's why they came all suited and stuff?
He said he was going to show up with a suit, so I just said...
Yeah.
Wow.
I figured you like men in suits.
But see, I came as myself.
No, I actually like men in t-shirts.
What the hell is under this? I got a white t-shirt.
Somebody give this man a t-shirt.
Let me borrow that shirt. Somebody give me a shirt, man. Come on, y'all tripping, man.
Why did you say that?
I do. I'm telling you. You guys should have done the research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me find out.
I did my research. I found this out.
Don't be a stranger, Yodi. We'll talk.
Next time I appear, you could be ready.
Yes, don't be a stranger. I love it. I
Get
love
the
your
brown
spirit.
and the t-shirts going.
We needed this kind of spirit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of other guests will be like, okay, what are you guys going to ask me?
Really? Okay, so
yeah.
it has to be spontaneous for me. I can't have anything scripted.
But then again, you're used to being in front of the camera, I guess.
I still sweat bullets. I mean, you're talking about millions and then live, right?
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm like,
you're right.
Don't go blank, right? Don't have a brain fart.
Yeah.
And look at the camera and you're like, or drop an F-bomb. Those are my two concerns.
Whew, that'd be tough.
It's hard, especially when you're like super emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go a mile a minute and you're like, and really, I don't even realize what I say until I watch it back.
Right.
And I'm like, oh God, I didn't remember saying that. So you're in the moment and you just hope that in that 2 minutes you don't say anything that'll get you barred from TV. Period. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you usually quick to cuss people out?
Very.
I can tell.
You have to understand the work that I deal with. Yeah. They need it. And they appreciate
Nitty-gritty.
it. Yeah, they do. So.
Real quick, I mean, we were talking about off air. Do you mind talking about the Habesha clients in Dallas and all that? Like how it's interesting.
Would y'all assume I have a whole roster of Habesha clients?
Like I did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
No?
Why?
Because you cost money.
Besides that.
Habeshas would be.
A white man costs money. A white man gonna cost money
But
too.
I'm saying, how are gonna be like, let me get a hookup. You're
I'm
my
gonna talk about
family.
that
You're
too.
my
Well, there's
discount.
that.
I'm real big
But
on
I
that.
feel like Habeshas would be embarrassed to work with another Habesha.
Yes.
How did you know that? I mean, my mom would be like, "You have felony. We're gonna call you."
Nah.
Dang.
That's a smart mama though.
You feel
so
me?
here's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're stick together.
So a lot of them don't understand because we're all like so interconnected in this community that if they know I'm Habesha, then I'm going to tell their business because it's like I do criminal. So you've done something wrong, right? Or alleged to have done something wrong. So don't be fooled. I see a lot of, us in the courthouse walking around. They try to hide when they see me walking down the hall. Because, you know how Habeshas really are big on staring at you. Like, is she Habesha? Mm-hmm. They do not stare at you because they don't want to make eye contact with you in the courthouse. So they're covering themselves up with their, nutsalas or whatever. And I'm like, I see you, though. And I see your white lawyer, too. So my thing is that they don't understand the client, attorney privilege. Whatever you tell me is going to stay here. And they're almost afraid that I'm going to go back and, around the dinner table and tell my parents. Yeah, I mean, this. But see, I'm so numb. People talk about things and they're like, I mean, don't you think that's crazy? I'm like, I work in criminal.
I've dealt with way worse.
Heard all kinds of stuff. So I'm essentially really numb. So if a Habesha man, try to pick up a prostitute, I'm not going to think anything of it. It just is. But he's so ashamed to tell me. And what that means is that not that he couldn't get someone else that represents him well, but you're risking the chance of someone advocating for you who knows where you've come from in your environment, in your community. So because I know that, I advocate for you differently, right? And I go hard. So you have to almost understand what you're doing to yourself long term just because you're embarrassed. Another thing, when I do have a Habesha client, they don't respect me as a professional because they think of me, Yodita, don't call me Yodita. I don't know you like that, right? You may think you know me like that because we're Habesha. Oh, Yodita, if I tell you to come somewhere at 8 o'clock, be there at 8 o'clock. Yeah. If I was a white man,
business.
You would be, how Habeshas want to go to the airport like 3 hours before their flight. They will be sitting at a white man's office 3 hours before their appointment because they said so. Now, if I said so, they'll roll up, at 10? Because we're family. Yeah. I don't like that.
Nah, player.
So I established that from the outset that this is not one of those situations. You're not going to call me Yodita. You're not going to call me at night or text me. Yeah. Unless I've established that relationship with you. But for the most part, you got to handle me like you would anybody else. So no, I don't have a whole lot of Habesha clients for that same reason.
I would get annoyed, like the side conversations. So Want to get married soon? You know.
Yeah, they get into that stuff.
Yeah, I would get annoyed.
Now we got your case to talk about.
Right.
We have nothing to talk about me.
Pay this money.
Right.
Why are
Let's
you
pass
here?
this
Is the
case.
question. But a
Yeah.
lot of barbershops, they get popped for like regular, like selling to a minor. Would you just please ask for a license? Ask for ID, please, because y'all are here
America.
for no reason. It's the dumbest thing. I think it's the dumbest offense, though. But that's what they
That
get
one-
caught up for.
More than
That
anything,
theft.
right?
The millennials, we got the weed
DWIs
cases.
for sure.
Yeah, that's rough.
DWIs, assaults,
Weed cases. We all got the weed cases. I don't.
Eyes,
weed cases.
Everybody, man.
yes,
Millennials,
yes.
anyways.
assault.
Raise your hand.
Assaults, 2 barbershop men.
Yeah.
Assaults.
Assaults.
One lied on the other.
Y'all know how to fight?
We throw hands.
These were grown too.
Oh,
They're not young. They were like grown men. You know, at a bar, barbershop bar. It was a mess. So
Word.
The little skinny arms.
I've been sneak.
we need to talk about this. She's got more in depth.
It keeps me going. Fuck's not entertaining me today,
Just
though.
because some dude stood her up at Starbucks. Some cat named Hannah.
Yo.
Stood her
At
ass up
Starbucks too. You know that's their spot.
Yo, I think Hannah was at your event a few weeks ago. We will talk about that later, but yo.
That's the dude
Salam,
that stood
is
you up.
that you? You talking? Huh?
He stood you up. A guy named Hanok.
Yeah, and I mentioned him on air, and I think I ran into him a few weeks ago.
Mentioned?
Did he? Does he watch this?
I think so. I think so. Definitely. 'Cause he's a fob for sure.
Oh, you date fobs.
And I don't know.
You strike me as somebody who wouldn't even dare even.
The
What?
thing was,
There's a lot you don't know about
successful.
Salam.
Yodit, he's a successful fob. Okay.
What he like owns parking lots or something? Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. You gotta show me. Y'all, I can do that though.
Y'all
I'm
hear that?
I can do
lick.
that.
I got one
I
lick.
can do that.
I got one lick. Wait on it.
Look, I have never had to pay for parking at the courthouse
They
because
sure
my
do,
people
that's
hook me
true.
up every time. Can I tell you a story? So,
Please.
one barbershop, so this barbershop guy who stays in one booth, and then this other guy, American, he's like the boss. American dude, another booth, and this line here was long. This line here was open, and I'm trying, I'm embarrassed because I'm trying to get the hookups. I don't have cash.
Right.
So I'm like willing to wait in the line, which doesn't make any sense because you could just roll up here. So the boss was like, why is she waiting in line when I'm open? And clearly, so I didn't want to get my guy in trouble. So I rolled up and I was like, look, I'm going to have to write you a check for $3 because I don't have cash. But I didn't want him to catch on.
He made you do it?
That dude's.
You got to pay for parking.
$3 on a check. You gotta go to the bank for that. That's
Girl, I
work.
wrote, they're not playing. I've written a check for like 10 cents on a check. Yeah. They want
I didn't even know people. Like, I mean, I guess I did know people still write checks, but you know.
Yeah.
Get you a moped, girl. You live right down the street.
They do cash only in parking garages.
They don't do calls.
Oh, you gotta park that too.
Not Dallas County. If you've ever been to Dallas County and parked in
Yo,
the
Dallas
garage,
is LA now. I can't do it.
You need
too much.
You need cash. You don't know y'all been to Loose Stare before. Come on.
What?
I'm staying clear.
You know what Loose
Fuck's
Stare is, though,
ex-girlfriend
right?
is
Yeah, I
there
know what it
too.
is.
Mariah.
Yeah, that bitch crazy. She need to stay
Y'all
there.
name
Yo,
drop on
Loose Stare is
my Lord.
That place is mad scary. That place look like
You're
HIV.
not like y'all never had anybody say like, "Why did you call me out on the podcast?"
You know
I mean,
she
I'm
making
guessing
all
you
these
guys have-
names up.
We get
The
to come on here and
Mariah-
talk.
Oh, they're
Mariah-
like alias names.
No.
No, they're real.
Hanok is real. I love you, bro. But like, it's just we get to come here and talk shit. Like it just makes it the BunaTime show. I mean,
Wow.
and then we got Benny. You know, he the voice of reason, and we got
He seems like
Benny
it.
number 2. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know what they look like in their regular clothes because you look like you're a man of reason because you're suited up. And
Yo, they look a hot mess every week. Check the episodes out when you get home.
First of
he
all,
disagrees with you.
I
Basketball shorts.
don't let her lie to you. She was whispering in my
Stay.
ear at that party.
What did I whisper? Fuck, why are you saying whisper in your ear like I wanted you? No. Fuck.
You gonna drink that, Elias?
I
I'm gonna drink this.
talked to that kid twice.
Get away. Get away.
That made me sound thirsty. Nobody wants you. God.
It seems like he kind of figures he's sort of God's gift to women, though.
No, he's
don't
not.
ever
That's
think
not
that.
shit.
You're a Capito, right? You're a Newt.
Yeah.
So you paid for
You gotta
friends,
say
you paid
any
for-
more. Should I
I
say any
didn't
more?
pay for shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I say you paid for it, so you're welcome.
Oh, no, I
For
didn't
what?
say pay. How
I
did you
said
figure
that.
that?
I paid for what?
You know she's a Delta, so that wasn't a smart strategy.
Yeah, that wasn't, but still.
Because that's like me saying,
I just
or
had to
like
shoot
you
a shot.
saying I pay for friends.
I had no other shots left.
Well,
in the
it was
ammo.
it was the second one, paying for the poo nanny that she thought she was being funny with.
Nah.
Now you feel some type of way.
I ain't paying.
But in a ways, you know, we're not gonna do it.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk.
Yeah,
about
we're not gonna do
breakups
it.
now.
I do have a question. It actually goes back to lawyer work, if you will. This is I was sneaking in questions, by the way, from people. This one I just gotta be a little more deliberate. Because this person lets it be known. First of all, I want to say I love your work and what you do in the Black community. that being said, what are your point of views on Meek Mill's situation? Or even do you have a point of view?
Okay, so I don't know how much you guys know about it. You got a guy who got, 5 years probation, right? He's had some... The fact that he's had 5 years probation and it's almost been 10 years is what is precisely wrong with the criminal justice system. So you have these small infractions that he's making or committing, and they're adding on not just like a year, but like another 6 years to his probation, which is almost like unheard of. Then you have issues of this judge. So apparently this judge asked him to shout her out in a song. You had a judge actually show up to his community service. I've never seen a judge show up to a community service. That's why they have probation officers. They keep up with you. And she also recommended that he leave Rock Nation and go to a guy she used to date and be managed by him. So it seems as if she's already crossed the professional boundaries already. She has this weird infatuation with just him. It seems. Scary. So and what's worse is that she's a black woman. So for you to do that and you have this amount of discretion and power is what's so disappointing.
She tried to be an actor or something, right? Like
and if that's true, then you have that on top of it. So his attorney was trying to get her removed from his case, and it just wouldn't work. So we're talking about her having an issue with him leaving the jurisdiction. Yeah. And why did he leave? He went to go get drug counseling. And apparently she agreed to it in an email. And you had the prosecutor actually say, Judge, we CC'd you. He asked you. You agreed. She still said, no, I didn't. So she had an issue with that. And then she also had an issue with him popping wheelies. He was doing it for a video. Now, if you really think about those two infractions and that he tested positively on a drug test. Well, he tested positively. You still kept him on probation. That's why he went to rehab. Right. And then he was doing a video and was popping wheelies. If you think about that, does he deserve 2 to 4?
Absolutely not. I mean,
if you really think about, and on top of that, you have the prosecutor and the probation officer recommending no jail. Prosecutors don't ever recommend that. Yeah. They're not your allies. They want to put you in prison. They want a conviction, right? So if she's the only one that wants him in prison, basically. And it just doesn't make sense when you have those two people saying he's made strides, he's changed as a person. We don't recommend jail, and she's the only one that sees that he should be in jail. And so a lot of people say, well, y'all are going hard for Meek Mill. Is he really the prime example, or should he be the face of what you guys are talking about in terms of criminal justice reform? No one's ever perfect, right? We can't look for that perfect, squeaky clean person because clearly we're talking about the criminal justice system. So they're going to be in the system in the first place. Right. But he is a good example of what it is for everybody else in the system who keeps having their probation prolonged. I represent people who keep coming back on violations because they can't afford it anymore. So you're about to go to jail because you're poor. Right. Right? So it's like if you lose your job because you got to be at your probation officer because he says you got to check in at this time. Well, I got a job. Well, you got to do it. Then I got to leave my job. What if he gets fired? So if he gets fired, he can't afford probation fees. He can't afford the classes that he has to take for probation. And now you find yourself back in court on violations and they're willing to revoke you. It's a prolonged system. You're like constantly being harassed and monitored, and instead of actually helping them progress. Do I think that Meek Mills could have stayed out of trouble? Yeah. Yeah, because we're not talking about a man who's limited in means, right? Right. Like, you could have not popped willies and you could have done the drug rehab here. Like but he didn't deserve 2 to 4. Right. That's it.
And there's no getting around that. He's in there.
Well, they're trying to appeal. Right. They're trying to appeal her ruling. And in the meantime, while that appeal is pending, they were trying to get bail for him. So while we're waiting on it, because it hasn't been official, when you have an appeal, the ruling isn't official yet. Sure. So until the appeal is decided, you could be out on bail. And she denied bail. And that was recent. That was like a day ago.
What irritates me, though, real quick, it's the fact that people online and media make it like a black issue. It's not a black issue. Well, you know, she doesn't have a black card as a judge and this and that. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know what's going on with media. It's like misinformation. I don't know, but on my Instagram, anyways, it's
What do you
nothing
mean?
to
They're
do
like
with.
blaming the judge?
Right.
Or they're
exactly.
saying...
They're blaming the judge, saying, oh, it's because he's, African American and he's a rapper and they have something against the rap culture and he's black. And
do they realize the judge was black?
Exactly, but they're saying that she doesn't have a black card. Like, they're just saying ignorant things.
That's what's wrong with our community as well. We're
Exactly.
It's
a criminal
divisive
system
within our community.
Right.
Like, you're either a coon or you're down for the cause. Like,
Right.
if I have a different opinion than you do, because she could very well, she did what she could legally, right? You violate, I could revoke you and send you to, so she could do it
But it's
legally.
clear, yeah.
It's just, is it fair and is it equitable? Is it something that is fair across the board, or do you really have a hard-on for Meek Mills? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have it out for him. Why are you showing up to his community service?
It's
You have nothing else to
2017.
do? Because I know you're not doing that for every single person.
It's 2017.
So, and all that other stuff she was asking for was just inappropriate. It's just, you got to look at her kind of crazy. Like,
Yeah.
she just should have removed herself.
Do me a favor, rotate this mic a little bit. I want to make sure. No, you could turn it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go. I just want to make sure you're on it.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's a good
I
question.
feel bad for me because I have so much hatred in my heart for that bleep.
Yeah, I mean,
Put him through a lot.
if he had committed another crime, and mind you, he got in a fight at an airport,
Yeah,
too.
I mean, he's definitely not helping himself.
It was dismissed, but you still got into a situation.
He just always
Right.
yelling on the mic. Damn,
Yeah,
calm
he
down,
does.
Meek.
Musically, I'm not a fan.
Right.
But
Really?
in terms of, I mean, he's yelling. He's not.
Nah,
his
it's
delivery.
that gym music, girl. Hit them squats.
His delivery.
Hold on,
Mind you, I wouldn't care if I was at the
Hold up, wait a
gym,
minute.
but generally in the car, I wouldn't. But no,
I feel you.
What do you like to listen to?
Jazz music.
I love jazz music. That's you remember
Nice.
you
The one
asked
thing
me.
I
You
got right
asked me
first
what do
to me.
I do to stay up because I don't drink coffee anymore.
When we first got here.
Jazz gets
That's
it
dope.
gets me up. I like Currency. I like
Nice.
Currency. I of course do Jay-Z.
She woke.
I'm not gonna lie, there's some ratchet stuff I like, but I'm like, how do you have that inner battle in your head and you're like, how can you talk about criminal justice reform and then you talk about but it's art. But
Yeah.
You don't have to name the track. Who the artist?
no, it's just
What's your favorite track right now? What's that favorite ratchet song you be playing?
Real quick.
what's that song?
Boy.
I'm trying to think of it.
Cardi B?
Yeah, Cardi B's on it. I think it's with Migos.
Motorsport.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's my
I
joint right
did
there.
like BMX. Oh, man, want to be my ex.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
it.
it's like some of the lyrics I kind of battle with, and I'm like, okay, it's just art. It's
It's the beats that we like. It's the
creative.
engineering of the music.
That's what you want to say, but when I hear the
Yeah.
lyrics and I'm like singing along to it, it's not
cop
about
out the
beats and
music.
music.
Like Nicki
The
Minaj.
lyrics. It's the
I don't
engineering.
like her.
Get you a straw, nigga.
Who you talking about, Nicki?
Yes, like get you a
I
straw.
like Remy Ma better. I actually like her better.
Oh,
than I do
interesting.
Nikki, yeah.
No one
like
cares
Remy Ma
about
better.
Remy.
Yeah.
She did.
She
kill
does
him.
less for attention, you know what I mean? She
Right.
really sticks to her
No,
art,
I love
think.
Nicki, but she's tired. She's getting annoying. Just a little bit.
She's been annoying for me.
She's tired,
Yeah.
I want more attention.
Well,
Yeah,
we
she does
definitely not
things-
bringing
yeah.
Nikki on the show.
We not. Had is just coming up. What's up?
Hey.
I like her.
Yeah, we
Had
lit.
is coming.
I don't know how you
And
do
I have to
that.
correct people. I'm like, it's Haddish, man.
Haddish.
But
She
Haddish.
says But she don't
like
even-
that
she
too.
said-
She her
yeah.
air train
We
cousins
all,
and air train.
we all kind of do that. We kind of
I mean, I had to change my name.
we
completely.
kind of change the pronunciation of our names a little bit just to appease other people. I stopped doing that though. I'm like, look, I'll give you a phonetic spelling, but you got to pronounce
That's
it
so
the right way.
sad
like,
though.
my
I'd be like,
real-
my name is Salam.
My real first name, I'm not
Well, I
adjusting
don't
my
care.
first name like that. Well, unless I just change it, which is to Benny. My
Yeah.
first name is Bayena, and
Yeah.
I got into shit with like my administration at school because they were messing up my name. So I was
Yeah.
just like, you know what? Y'all just send a memo. Don't nobody call me. I've told this story on BunaTime before. Nobody says my name.
It's crazy how you take it to heart though. I don't care. I'm just like, whatever.
I
white
do
folk.
care. It's my identity. I was named after my great grandfather. It's like, yo, you're not finna screw up my name. Either that or just all the way. Just
But
call
we
me
from
Benny.
the other side of the world.
You don't need to know my name anymore. Just call me Benny.
No,
Whole
but
other
I
culture.
just want the effort. Like if I'm not blaming if you can't
Their
pronounce it, but
tongues
like
don't
just
move.
try. No, just try. I've spelled it phonetically. I've pretty much spoon fed you.
Yeah.
Just try.
Right.
When they say outlandish things, I'm like, that's not even written there. Like you're just you're
Trust
playing.
me,
You kinda
So
be in
and then
touch.
like how many people are listening to that? Like it's embarrassing. Like
For you,
dang,
yeah, too.
who names you that? Like it's not pronounced right. Like who did it? Or Yo did it? You know what I mean?
You gonna
Yeah.
be really corrected one day?
12th day for Tewolde?
You gonna be
like,
corrected one day when you're on a
12th
interview?
day?
Nah, I can't. It's just like, what do you do?
Hey, if you
Where do
go.
you see that? Where do you see in 12th?
I don't know.
What I mean? So
I feel
it gets
bad.
a little ridiculous. It's offensive. It's offensive if you don't even try.
The 12th day, not
The
the
12th
11th,
day, right?
Not the 13th. That's wild.
Toilet.
Would you- Toilet?
Yeah, toilet.
I'm so sorry.
Toilet. So you gotta care.
I'm so
you gotta
sorry.
care.
Thank
you
you.
gotta try.
I guess my name is easy. Salam Finas. Italian.
Gotta get that. Oh, Italian. She got that.
And my
Yeah.
dad says it all the time.
Yeah. Would you ever consider going into politics?
No.
No?
Now I would probably do it for the people, but I don't like the mudslinging. I don't like the process, the political process
I
of having to
respect
be. Do I want to be someone who could probably one day run for judge? Maybe, but I like to do what I want to do. I like the freedom of I used to date somebody who was in politics, and even then it was like confining, right? So imagine me having the microscope on, myself and those around me.
I don't know. Look at 45. I mean, at this point, you could do what you want and get it.
I'm not debating that I could be successful.
Yeah.
I'm
You just don't want the
talking about
microscope?
scrutiny.
Let him know, girl. Hey.
No.
I feel you.
The scrutiny of it all is just not worth it to me right now.
Yeah, you can't listen to
Maybe later.
motorsport and be a judge.
Nah. At least not get caught doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit.
I feel you. Now, there is a big topic, current event-wise, that's going on here. It's relevant to us for sure, out in Libya. Did you have any interest in speaking on that? I know for sure there's, interestingly enough, in the black community, it's split. I've noticed it on social media because there's some people, obviously, who are enraged, right? And they're focused on that. And then I've noticed, and I kind of understand, too, the other side, which is like,
What they understand?
These dominoes
I don't
started.
hear that. What?
Dominoes started falling because of what during our president's administration, what we did over there.
Right.
And so it's like some people are split. And I was bringing it's almost opening up old wounds about is I guess I'm not explaining it well. People are like, hey, this was our president, right? This was our first black president, and it was under his administration that we took out Gaddafi, and then the rest is history, So there's two different conversations that are going on about it now. But
I think it's our responsibility to criticize the president, no matter who they are. I love Obama and I love his family. But if I don't agree with something he's done, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that. Right. And I think that also adds credibility. When you're always going hard for the president, no matter what he does, then you're given less credibility and are not seen as someone who could just be unbiased. Right. And just look at things per decision that he's making. He even said that was the worst decision of his career.
Right.
So I'm not saying anything new.
Sure.
But what I hate about, do y'all notice that no one's talking about it?
In the media?
No one's talking about it,
course,
right?
yeah.
We're so obsessed with Trump. I knew that was going to be the issue. I've taken less segments because we're always talking about Trump, right? Talking about Trump means we're not talking about anything else. And I can't believe we're not talking about slavery. I'm not talking about the evolution of slavery. I'm not talking about mass incarceration. That's our new slavery. That's our modern day slavery. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the original form of slavery of selling other bodies to other human beings, right?
Yeah.
Why are we not enraged? Why are we not talking about this? It's mind-boggling. At least have 2 minutes of a segment, right? In this 24-hour news cycle, y'all keep repeating the same stories every single hour.
Yeah.
And I can't believe I've only heard about it twice. Right. And that's it. So my thing is I'm working on certain things I don't want to divulge right now.
Sure.
But I'm so upset with why we're not keeping the conversations going. I know a lot of people say, well, I don't talk about it because I don't know what to do. So the solution portion is what's holding people back from even having the conversation because they don't know. It's not enough for people to just post something that says pray for Libya. They actually want to have suggestions and solutions for people. So I'm like, well, what you can do is talk about it. Because if you talk about it, then it'll trend. It'll catch the attention of news outlets to possibly talk about it. We're not even doing that. And that's easy. Yeah. Right? So it's unfortunate that Africa is seen as this continent that is in constant need of help. Here's another crisis in Africa when really it's our intervention of destabilizing these countries because Libya is now considered a failed state.
Yeah.
It was doing perfectly fine before we went in there.
Perfectly fine.
Right.
He had them living life.
We want to interfere and then have a hands-off approach when it comes to humanitarian efforts. And it's disgusting. And a lot of it's affecting our people, I talked about it with The Root. They wrote an article about my cousin who called my mother and asked for $5,000 because he was being held ransom in Libya. So
wow, I read that. I didn't know that had anything that was related to you in any way.
Yeah, that was related to me. And so Eritreans were the biggest group affected by the Libyans, or at least trying to migrate over to Europe through the Mediterranean in 2015, and then became the second largest group behind Nigerians in 2016. So a lot of our people are running from their homeland, and that's another question you might want to ask. And I don't like to get into politics,
I was actually going to get there. Yeah. So if you don't,
nobody's really asking the question of, dang, are they willing to really like endure that kind of a journey? How bad could it possibly be in their respective homelands? Like, how bad could it possibly? So bad that you're willing to inject women with contraceptives because they know they're going to get raped. Like, know they're going to get raped, so I got to have contraceptives, and raped many times, right? You know that you could possibly get taken by smugglers or traffickers, and you're still willing to endure that desert, the Sahara, right? And possibly drown in the Mediterranean if you ever get to Libya. Maybe get sold 3 or 4 times. It's got to be that bad in your country. No one's really asking that question either. My dad always told me, don't politic with your friends. You'll lose them because you'll be surprised what their positions are. And he's right. We don't listen to our parents. I don't listen to my dad. And I had a political conversation with a friend. I had no idea that she was supportive of the government. And I'm like, can you give me one reason why? Yeah. You know, and it's, you can't help but to look at somebody funny. Yeah. You know, in that moment, it's like.
With that being said, it's our job as well to educate ourselves before you even, spread the.
So here's the thing. So when I was curious about the questions. Yeah. I get a lot of emails from Habesha people, and they'll say, one, shut your mouth about our country. You're making it worse. I post the same thing on Independence Day. Same thing. And I get like the amount of comments, people going back and forth, because we're also divided in our community.
Oh, for sure. Off top.
And so you have the people that think that because of my platform, you should be talking about our country because you care about Black Americans here. Why don't you care about what's going on? Well, see, that's the thing. I'm also in a predicament because I don't know what to do from here in our country. Now, I'm here and I can relate to the issues that are going on here, and actually they affect you too. You're not different. Habeshas, we're all Black here. They don't police pull you over, they don't give a damn where you're from.
Exactly.
You're Black, right?
Exactly.
And for some reason our parents think that, or our parents or their generation, or even some of our people in our generation, the millennials,
they think they're special.
We're different, we're special. Like, no, you're not. So I identify with issues here, therefore I fight for them here.
Well,
I don't identify with now I do in terms of like, due process. I've got family members who are in prison right now. We don't know where they are, right? Damn. Do they have a lawyer? No. They have a court hearing? No. Is there a constitution? No. I mean, it is, but it hasn't been implemented. Right. So that also bothers me. How can I be an advocate here and not think there's something wrong there? And then how could I not look at you crazy for not thinking that there's something wrong with that? Yeah. Right? Oh, democracy takes time. Nah.
What elections? I thought it was pretty clear that there was not like a matter of democracy. I didn't think that was.
I mean, when you think about African countries and the years and decades of corruption, right? Yeah. And it's like trying to dig yourself out of a hole. Speaking of just Eritrea, we didn't have that history. Right. We were starting from scratch. This was our moment. This was our chance, right? And now we can't say the same, 2 decades, 3 decades later? I mean, you can't do that. Right. We've had no elections, ever.
That's why I asked what elections.
Democracy is not that slow. Yeah. When you don't have that historical corruption, you're starting from scratch. You knew what you were fighting for, right? Right. And you get it, and this is what happens. So I'm also in the place of, in fighting for Libya, I'm also going to focus on Eritrea too, because they are the ones being affected.
It's good.
Yeah.
In Libya.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. I appreciate you going in depth with that question, with that answer. Yeah, for sure. Y'all got any questions for? Any more questions?
When you do that. It's the last episode. Love you guys. Thank you, Yodit, for coming. I don't have anything else to say.
Shoot. Thank you for having me on
Got you drinking water. We talked you out.
Yes.
Drained you out.
I'm used to talking. That's what I do.
Let's do a little game. We're going to do like the little one-word game.
Oh my God, I'm not good at that.
No, let's do the rapper killer, whatever.
No, that's not relevant.
All right. So I'm gonna
We'll
just
kill
throw,
Mary
a word. Nah. Oh yeah. Let's do that one too.
Hey, you
You're
messed
welcome.
up. Yeah.
All right.
Atta girl. Good job.
So you got Mary, kill, smash, right? Salam, Benny, Elias.
I don't like you.
No, we're not
doing that.
Okay, good.
We're not doing anybody.
I don't like you.
All right, back to the one
You
word
want to get
game.
smashed so bad.
I'm trying to get married.
To your car.
Trying to get married.
Can I get an
man.
escort?
I got
It's not either.
Come on, girl.
All right, one word.
All right, one word. Let's see. Fox News,
Bias.
CNN,
Bias.
Obama,
A dream. Is that 2 words?
Dream is one, I guess.
Bill O'Reilly.
Hope. I like hope better.
All right, Bill O'Reilly.
Trash.
Shots fired. Let's go.
Donald Trump.
Trash.
Coffee.
Amazing.
Hennessy.
Acquired.
Pitbull.
Scary.
Ass.
How big? I'm sorry, that was. That was the first thing that came to my mind.
How big is that?
I told you I'm not good at this game.
No, you're
You're pretty good, actually.
I mean, but I've used the same word like over and
Oh,
over. I'm
that's
not good.
She was like trash.
Look, you woke everybody up in the room. Fuck, you're good at that.
He didn't even make it up the
Somebody else
most.
is gonna think of some words. Who says ass? Like, what am I supposed to say?
I like it. Wait, that's more than one word.
That's more than one word.
Fat. You should have said fat, 'cause that's the
Should've
size you
said
want.
fat.
Fat.
Smacked it.
PH. Yeah.
PH,
I
yeah.
said that.
Nah, man.
Yeah, that was cute.
You got any more games, bro?
No, we don't.
All right, we're gonna play later.
Ah,
Okay.
She better dip.
that's what he thinks. She's about to go to sleep.
Nah, man. So
Y'all know, I mean, there's a whole big sexual harassment stuff going down now.
Ain't nobody-
You may want to watch yourself. Not saying not
Oh.
that.
She'll send you a letter.
I'm just
Mom gonna be
saying,
like, yo,
just in
Yodit.
case, you may want to watch yourself.
Yodit follow also gets me y'all.
I'm leaving that one alone.
I was gonna be like, I told your ass, man.
I'm like,
Joking, but I will be handing out my cards, y'all. Just
Yeah,
in case.
Get that money, girl.
I'm glad you asked. So, what would possibly cause you deciding no longer to work with a client for any reason? What could possibly be the
If
reason?
I can't effectively represent you, so you don't pay, I don't see you, you ignore me, communication, you commit a crime like that makes it hard for me to basically, yeah.
Like,
Is this a loaded question?
no, not at all.
Because we could get to specifics if y'all want.
No, I'm getting hot. Y'all
Y'all
doing too much.
get not. You know what I mean?
We here.
All right.
damn.
I think we know.
Don't you hate terrible communication?
Man, I tell you,
Hate that shit.
it's
But
been
this
way.
was so much fun. I
It
loved
was. It really was.
Don't
No.
be a stranger, even though you are. Probably
No,
see you ever again.
y'all way too far. Like downtown, I was like, oh my
All right,
God,
we'll come to
30
you.
minutes?
We'll come to Zenna's
It is
downtown. Even
dark.
though that
We'll
place is
pull up on you.
trash.
We can
Yeah,
do
don't
this
y'all
anywhere.
come to like locate, like y'all went to what, Sheba?
Nobody
not too
go-
long ago?
Yeah.
Oh,
that
Shiba,
that
yeah.
was for
Can I tell you about that restaurant real
Friendsgiving.
quick?
Don't do that
Aw,
because they're
shit.
Eritrean owners. What's up? What they do?
No, but like that's the thing. Like you gotta still have customer service. If I'm a white woman coming in there, you gonna give me some good service.
Wait,
I'm
which
probably
one
shopping-
specifically are you talking about? Which restaurant?
The one on Forest Lane. I know what y'all talking
We
about.
were just
Y'all were
there.
there. I saw.
I was trying to hope it was wrong.
How you not gonna give me my change? Like it was like they owed me like $12 and like say 52 cents.
It's because of the
They gave me-
servers.
they gave me $12, like-
they don't educate
Oh.
their servers.
Yo, give me my 52 cents.
I got two
but
quarters,
that's just
two
an
pennies.
example. But they like they're rude.
They don't educate
And
their servers. That's why miskin. You know.
No, ain't no miskin. Look, if that
You
was
sound
my,
like one of my
if that
restaurant
was
friends.
my
Can
restaurant,
I be
you
honest
got
with
to
you?
be trained.
Don't
as
go there
customer
then.
service.
If you don't like the service,
No,
because the food is good and
no, the food is.
they got the bar.
I
Okay,
can't
then
help it.
you
I
will
can't
have
help
to.
it.
Oh, this is
No,
what I tell
I
my
have to
friend.
adjust?
I'm sorry. It is an American.
No, so you know what
You're
I
in
did?
America.
In the car, I called. I said, "Let me talk to your manager." I talked to the manager.
Y'all assimilated.
I said, "I
If you
want my
go-
52 cents." No, it's about money too. Look.
Yeah.
I want my 52.
We're gonna
How
talk
you
about this after.
She looked at me. With
No, we not.
It's like she didn't owe me no more money. I'm like, so maybe I'm tripping because I'm really bad at math. I did the math, and I'm like, she owes me change. How do you just
she thinks that you
say-
gave her a tip for 52 cents. I guess I don't know.
You can't assume you got to give it to me and I give it to you back. Like
I hear you.
can't-
I tried. I hear
and
you.
it was takeout. I'm not sitting down. Like it's always
I just let them
takeout.
treat me however they want. Because the food is so good.
You have patience. oh, so the food is so good. So if it was someone else and it wasn't your people,
If they were American,
you'd raise hell, right?
I would have been like, bruh.
And that's the same reason why they don't care about me.
As a
They're
lawyer.
like,
Because they're never going to change.
she's
They're
bam.
uneducated. I'm not
No,
trying to
they
be
will
rude.
change.
It's
If
a-
the manager said, listen, you got to give her the correct change.
Force it.
That's actually common sense 101. And you have to be nice. Like, be nice. If I'm sitting at the bar waiting,
Go to
offer me
City
some
Cafe
water.
on Greenville, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that.
Like, I saw something. I
That
saw something foul in there.
it's the same as back home. It's the same.
I've never been back home.
But that's
Oh
not
yeah, it's
right.
bad. It's bad. I mean, customer
not
service is bad.
Because culturally, we're so inviting
That's
and
what I'm
welcoming
trying
when
to
people come to the house and stuff. You would think it'd be
Because
the
you know
same.
them. You're not inviting strangers. I'm a stranger.
But even when strangers come into your house, you're more welcoming. You're, hey, you want something to drink? You want something?
True.
You're a lot more kinder. So I would think it's the same.
Because
with
it's your,
resonating in your
house,
restaurant.
right? Maybe
Yeah.
because they don't own a restaurant, they don't really care.
Exactly.
But if I own a restaurant and I'm thinking about profits and I'm thinking about people
Yeah.
wanting to come back, because I told the manager I ain't coming back. I ain't been back since.
It's so funny how we just was over there.
Man, we should have.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's what made me think about it. I'm like, I gotta tell him about that story because this woman was just.
She probably, I don't know.
Yo,
if
you
she's
gonna give me
still
my
there.
50? I walked out without the 52 cents, but I was so mad. I was like, I gotta call back. So,
But you know what? You are right though, because I was there one time like a couple years ago, and this black couple came in. They ate some injera. They had the worst service, so they walked out. All these habashas, and they were talking about it. I don't know how they say it, but they literally were running after them. And then the manager was mad and all that. And then my friend, the friend that we argue the same, how you feel. That's what they get. They don't have good service. They don't want to serve them because they're black. This and that. This is established. I'm like, bruh, like, I don't know. I have my opinions. You have yours.
Because I want my people to be better, I
Right.
don't give them passes. Like when you say, "Oh, that's just not." No, like I correct my mom, my aunt, my uncle. If I hear y'all saying something
But if you're
foolish,
serving for the rest of your life, what do you expect out of them?
No.
you could be the
It's
best server you can be.
it's a
I'm not
princi-
gonna give
it's
you
a-
a pass.
it's a principle
you gotta,
thing.
You gotta have pride in whatever you do. So if I come in, I don't care if I look like you and I'm from your country. I'm a customer, and that's how I'm paying your salary. Really, like how else are you getting paid under the table? I don't know, but I'm helping. I'm
Cash that
contributing
out.
to what you take home.
Cash.
So you if I don't come and you're treating everybody else like that, and they have the same mentality,
True.
you're about to be out of work. So
Yeah.
you need to be. You got to put your best foot forward. Not they're just unacceptable there. Like I'm not talking about one waitress. I'm talking about
So
like a
how
lot
much
of them.
restaurant do you like really quick?
That's. I mean, I'm very picky.
Very picky.
And
Okay, so
so
we're not
they
gonna do that.
But they
got
food
it.
good though.
They're consistent. I'll tell you that.
All right.
Yeah,
We'll go with
they're
that.
consistent, and so. And I miss it, and I want them to act right so I can come back.
Look, here from the back. He gonna call Abel.
No, actually, I did go back after one time.
bet
Somebody
you
was
did.
like, "I want some Ethiopian food. Can you take me?"
You
I was
gotta
like,
take 'em.
I'll take y'all here." Yeah, she was nice. She just didn't get the order right, but that happens everywhere else.
Yeah.
I'm not much harder on our people. I just feel like they need to come
I
correct.
understand.
Yeah.
You know.
You justified yourself.
Yeah.
You just expect them to be great.
Anybody. Like I'm not gonna give anybody a pass. I don't cook, so I'm always out to eat. So I know
I was about
what
to
it's
ask
like.
that.
No, I don't cook.
No.
No.
No. That's all right.
Somebody's like, man, if you just tell me you could fry some chicken, boy, I would propose. Like, I'm sorry, you're not gonna be proposing because I don't know how to boil water. So
Can't do you.
I don't. Yeah, I can't do it.
I have one last question. I know you got bread, but girl, how you keep your teeth so white? I know we talked about the
don't
straw with
drink
the coffee.
coffee.
Okay,
I'm
that's
blue. Without a
best
straw.
friend Nona. Okay, what else?
Teeth whitening.
Teeth whitening.
Oh, you
so you
drink
don't go to
coffee
no
with a
bougie
straw.
dentist? Don't lie, Yodit. You don't go to no bougie dentist and get your teeth
I
whitened?
got it. Yeah, he gave me some kits, like my own little
Okay,
trays. But you gotta watch.
But you didn't paint your teeth, did
do
you?
paint your teeth.
You know what I'm talking about.
hell no.
You don't?
Yeah,
I
paint your
thought-
teeth.
What is
Yeah.
painting teeth?
Like, will they paint it white? Like,
Girl, what is you
Okay,
talking?
we go-
You gotta brush your teeth. How you gonna brush paint?
oh my God. See, y'all are uneducated about teeth. If I had
Is
guap,
there
it
a
would've
is there a
been
whitening?
Nicki
Is there a
Minaj
whitening?
white.
Is there a whitening?
They
there?
paint your shit white.
Why don't
It's
you-
so dope.
But they advertise on social media like the celebrities, like the laser, right? The little light beam.
Or knock it out and just do glass like Nicki. But anyways, yeah, we'll talk about
No, it's not that
Porcelain?
crucial. Just brush your teeth.
What?
Man. Just one morning, one night,
Teeth
you're
white.
good.
when I degrade in the coffin, I want my teeth to just be
You
there.
just can't drink
We
coffee
can't see your
directly
teeth in the cup.
from the cup. You gotta do it through a straw.
You ain't
Straw. So
you be lying dead.
maggots.
You dead. We ain't gonna see your teeth. You,
No, but the Trident, like, what is it? Crest strips, the white strips
It
that
makes
you
your
get.
enamel weak, mama.
Girl, it's the same as what the dentist would give you.
Whatever.
Yeah, no.
so-
You just can't do it every day. I would say once every 2 weeks.
Right.
But it's long lasting.
Okay, keep
So,
it
yeah.
up though. You're doing a good job.
No, thanks.
All right, bet. That's a great note to close us out on.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Just you're doing a great job.
Teeth is everything to me.
You're doing a great job, right?
My broke ass trying to take care of my teeth.
Yeah, I know.
No, your glasses is fogging up.
I know they fall. It's hot, man.
Damn, Yodit.
It's time to go.
You got my glasses fogging, girl. Watch out, man.
You got him nervous, girl.
I'm never nervous.
He's never nervous.
I'm never nervous.
I know you're not. It's hard to embarrass you.
It's hard to embarrass
You be
you.
coming back. Like,
Either come back or I'm just
Can
cold.
you wrap up? It's hot.
Bet. Again.
It's all these people up in here. Y'all gotta like limit it.
All
Yeah.
these hot your eyes. Like,
But I love the love though. Seriously.
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm
Word.
not hot. I'm good.
Yeah,
Cool.
we sure appreciate you.
I'm thick. Sorry.
Somebody phone ringing.
You already know.
Oh.
Juice.
Oh, tell him you gonna call him back later.
That's all right. Well,
You got your competition funk. What you gonna do? It's late night. What time is it, Yodit?
It's
Let me pick
10:22,
that
and I
shit
still
up.
got work to do.
all right. Well,
Okay, we gotta get out of here.
as always,
Pick that shit up like Jody.
we always wrap all of our shows showing love to our Abishon, our creatives,
Cousins.
in the well, not only our cousins, but specifically our artists, right? And today we actually got some work from her name is Meron Adis. She's from London. She's got a track named Listen or called Listen here. So we're definitely gonna close it out with that.
Hey,
Again,
before we close it out, this is the final episode.
yeah.
Listen.
Shit, man, let's get some final thoughts out there.
And
Fine.
be-
Oh,
Fuck,
all
if you
right,
don't
bet.
let this man finish,
Goddamn, this is the last episode. We
all
gonna
right,
go off
nah,
on a
but-
note like this?
we're gonna come back on season 2. Catch us in Ethiopia and soccer next summer. I don't know, bro. Come on.
All right, peace.
Suck it easy.
Love.
Suck it easy, y'all.
Thank you. Doing the most. That was good.